Right? So you're going to go over 2 books, so just listen keenly. Can? Yeah. Benjamin, turn the fan off. Captain, turn the AC on for me, please. So you're going to go over 2 books. Anybody have the book of Jubilee? All right, so we're going to just read the story out there. I'll get some of these books for us too, right? And the story all have to do with the Passover. Representative of Passover. So y'all know the Passover is coming up when? When is the Passover? Speak like y'all be joyful, man. Goodness grace, I'm fall asleep.
Tuesday.
So are you ready for God Passover?
Yes.
Can, right? So we're going to read some story about the Passover now and what the Passover entails. Aaron, come up here. So I'll read and the captain going to try to unravel some in the tree. So we're going to just read through 2 stories. Can? Remember we are in our fasting, so we're going to do something a little bit different today. Read from verse over here, sir. Yes, sir. And when you get it, read it strong and with authority.
Do we read the heading too?
Yes.
We're in the book of Jubilees, and we're reading regulations regarding the Passover.
Benjamin, make sure you set on everybody. Right? Read on.
Remember the commandment which the Lord commanded thee concerning the Passover.
So what we have to do, we have to remember the commandment concerning the Passover. Can? Read on.
That thou shouldest celebrate it in its season of the 14th of the first month.
So officer, what day we must celebrate it? 14th of the first month. Right? Read on.
That thou shouldest kill it before it is evening.
So we must kill the lamb before it's evening, because the lamb is the Passover. So we must kill the lamb before what? The sun go down. Remember, YAHAWAH died like what? 3 o'clock. So the lamb must kill before then. Everything was in place. This was way thousands of years before YAHAWAH. Right? Because YAHAWAH become the ultimate sacrifice lamb. Can? Read on.
And that they should eat it by night.
We should eat it by when?
By night.
In the night time. So Passover going to start what time? 7:30. Everybody should be seated for 7:30. Can? Read on.
On the evening of the 15th, from the time of the setting of the sun.
The time when you must keep it when the sun set. So now you do it the 14th, when the sun set is what? The 15th. Right? Read on.
For on this night, the beginning of the festival and the beginning of the joy, ye were eating the Passover in Egypt.
So we used to do that. It's the beginning of the festival and it was a joyful thing. Was eating the Passover in Egypt. Right? Read on.
When all the powers of Masama had been let loose to slay all the firstborn in the land of Egypt.
So it tell you the name of the angel along with Christ that went up into Egypt to kill all the firstborn. What the angel name?
Mastasma.
So you don't want Christ to send that angel for you. Because that angel, when he come, he only coming to kill. Because when that angel went into Egypt, what did he do? Kill all the firstborn in Egypt. That's the God we praise. The God we praise will kill you. Read on.
From the firstborn of Pharaoh to the firstborn of the captive maidservant in the mill.
So the firstborn of Pharaoh to the firstborn of the slaves. Read.
And to the cattle.
To who?
To the cattle.
So what did the cow do to God? So you see, that's why the Most High saying have spirits for what? Vengeance. So when the Most High let loose these spirits when you have for vengeance and say, listen, go kill every firstborn. They kill, if it was a hand, the firstborn of the hand died. When they go into a place, when the Most High let go, that's why YAHAWAH said, listen, you cannot take my life, I gave it to you. YAHAWAH said I can call on legions of angels from above to come and destroy this earth, man. You understand me? So this angel went into Egypt, even the cow calf. What did he do to the Most High? Read on.
And this is the sign which the Lord gave them into every house on the lintels of which they saw the blood of the lamb of the first year.
So the blood, they should put up the blood of the lamb at the doorpost. But YAHAWAH shed his ultimate blood, so we don't have to do that no more. But some brothers still do it. But to each his own. Right? Read on.
Into that house they should not enter to slay, but should pass by.
So when they all see the blood, The angel, whatever his name is, he's not going to go into that house. He'll pass by that house. So that's why we're keeping the Passover here. Because what if this death angel roll up in Ghana that's Tuesday night? It's only who here going to preserve. That's why he said we should keep it. Right? Read on.
That all those should be saved that were in the house, because the sign of the blood was on its lintels.
So all going to be saved who in the house, because what? They were the one who kept the Passover. You see we have the lamb outside? They were the one who killed the lamb. Right? Read on.
And the powers of the Lord did everything according to the Lord commanded them.
So the Most High commanded the angels to go kill in Egypt. So they did everything what the Most High wanted them to do. You have people who here and was fleeing Egypt. Listen, they say you could hear the cry of the Egyptian in Ethiopia, man. Why you think slavery came upon us? Not one nation came up and talk about slavery. Name one nation that said it's wrong what you do with the black people. Our God put this earth through hell, brothers and sisters. Right? Read on.
And the powers of the Lord did everything according as the Lord commanded them, and they passed by all the children of Israel.
They passed by what?
All the children of Israel.
Just imagine that. They passed by us. So that's why Passover mean what? Death Passover. So when you come in, he's going to tell you, when you keep the Passover, death going to pass over you. That's a protection, man. Read on.
And the plague came not upon them to destroy from amongst them any soul, either of cattle or man or dog.
I would have a problem with that. I'm a prime minister, I'm a president of I'm Nana. And a plague come and kill everything for everybody else, and everybody in here have their cow and cat. Even the dog, the Most High saved for the children of Israel. You see that? The dog was outside running around because they said the darkness was so thick in Exodus you could feel it. When the angel them roll up in Egypt. But they said they passed by the children of Israel and everything in Israel was saved. Who kept the Passover? Read on.
And the plague was very grievous in Egypt.
Very what?
Grievous in
Read.
Egypt. And there was no house in Egypt where there was not one dead and weeping.
Just think about the day in Ghana. Every house in Ghana have one person died in there. And imagine how they would wake up in the morning. So there was not one house in Egypt where the angel never killed somebody. Read on.
And lamentations.
Mourning. The word lamentation means mourning, crying. Read.
And all Israel was eating flesh of the Paschal lamb.
So when they out there crying, we was eating the lamb. We roasting the lamb, eating the lamb. But what else we was doing while eating the lamb?
And drinking the wine.
And doing what?
And drinking the
I
wine.
know I'm going to have to get Kool-Aid for some of you here. Read.
And was lauding and blessing.
And was partying and giving praise. Praising, saying what?
And giving thanks to the Lord of the God of their fathers.
Read.
And was ready to go forth from under the yoke of Egypt.
So you see that when they outside dying, we was keeping our Passover. We was partying, drinking, celebrating. So that's what we're going to do Tuesday night. That's why we're keeping this fast now. Pray the Most High send the plague again. Read on.
And from the evil bondage.
Because the bondage was evil in Egypt, just like it is now. Because I know some of you say you're Ghanaian and you're not in slavery. You're in slavery. You're slave. Yeah. You don't even have your own name. You have the white man name. Read on.
And remember thou this day of all the days of thy life.
So the Most High Said must remember this, what take place in Egypt, all the days of our life. That's why we're going to teach it to our younger children, man. Because they have to come up and remember this too. Read on.
And observe it from year to year.
Observe it when?
Year to year.
I don't feel like doing the Passover this year. Tobias pissed me off.
Year to year.
No, the officer asked me too much question.
Year to year.
No, Gadar come late. That's some bullshit. I'm not keeping it.
Year to year.
We must do it every year until we come out of here. Read on.
All the days of thy life.
All what?
All the days of thy life.
I'm young now. I'm 30, I'm young, I'm going to enjoy, I'll get it when I'm 50.
All the days of thy life.
We must keep it all the years of our life. Read on.
Once a year.
When?
Once a year.
Read on.
On its day.
On its day, read.
According to all the law thereof. And do not adjourn it, from day to day or from month to month.
So it's not Passover is not a thing you do every day. You can just get up and say, I feel like do a Passover today and go do it. You can't do that. Oh, Passover was so nice, I'm going to do it next week again. You don't do that. Right? Read on.
For it is an eternal ordinance.
It's an eternal ordinance. Because the angels in heaven doing the Passover too. Read on.
And engraven on the heavenly table.
It's what?
Engraven on the heavenly table.
So in heaven, it's one of the feast days up there in heaven, man. So you cannot do this or you feel like doing it. This ain't no joke. Because you see the problem is, we don't fear God. You don't know what fear of God is. So God going to have to kill a lot of you for people to fear him, man. That's what going to have to happen. Read on.
Regarding all the children of Israel, that they should observe it every year on its day, once a year, throughout all their generations.
Read on.
And there is no limit of days, for this is ordained forever.
For what?
Forever.
No, man. So why the Christians not doing this?
Forever.
So God say you must do this forever. Why Christians don't do this? Because they don't matter. We don't care about Christians. We care about us. Remember that scripture in Galatians, Captain? The whole soul of faith? Galatians, the whole soul of faith. When they say we must do good unto all men, especially at the whole soul of faith.
That's
right. Read on.
And the man who is free from uncleanliness, and doeth not come to observe it on occasion of its day, so as to bring an acceptable offering before the Lord, and to eat and to drink before the Lord on the day of its festival, that man who is clean and close at hand will be cut off.
So you see, the Most High said, if a person don't come to keep the Passover, because you have cleanness, when you're unclean, you do it the following month. But if you're clean, the Most High is saying you don't bring an acceptable offering. You know what acceptable offering is? That's why we ask you for donation for the Passover. The Bible said don't come empty. But you know what this talking about? You have to bring your own lamb. The lamb where you're going to eat, that's a lamb for eating. But you have to sacrifice before you even can eat that lamb. So you're worrying about the price for the lamb. Just imagine, you have to worry about the price for the lamb, but you have to buy a lamb for each individual in your house to do the Passover. Just imagine that. You think some garment was expensive, right? The Most High know what he's doing, brother. The Most High said you must bring an acceptable offering. Remember the offering that Cain gave? Did the Most High accept it? No. And what offering did Abel give? And what did the Most High accept? The lamb. So you can't go there and say, oh, the lamb is so expensive, Captain. I'm going to get an antelope. You the Most High like chicken? Can't get some KFC fried chicken? No, the Most High said, I want the lamb. The lamb is the dearest meat. That's what I want. Right? Read on.
Because he offered not the oblation of the Lord in its appointed season.
Read.
He will take the guilt upon himself. Lest the children of Israel come and observe the Passover on the day of its fixed time, on the 14th day of the first month.
So it's fixed. It's the 14th day of the first month. You can't do it in the third month. Oh, I never remember it was the 14th day, so I'm going to do it today. It's a fixed time, never change. 14th day of Abib. 14th day of spring forth. You have a lot of people celebrating Passover before spring equinox. Foolishness. And it can be proven that Passover was in the dry season, man. Not the winter. Right? Read on.
Between the evenings, from the third part of the day to the third part of the night.
Read.
For 2 portions of the day are given to light, and a third to the evening. That is that which the Lord commanded thee, that
So
thou
5 to 12, 12 to sundown. 2 parts of the day given to light. Right? Read on.
That is that which the Lord commanded thee, that thou shouldest observe it between the evenings. And it is not permissible to slay it during any period of the light, but during the period bordering on the evening.
So you do it in between that time, 3 to 4 p.m. Right? So even the Bible give you a time when they kill the lamb, man. So you have brothers, they go to Easter and they buy lamb chop for their Passover, right, Brother Aaron?
That's right.
Who killed that lamb that ate that?
You don't know.
Was it male or female?
We don't know.
What wrong with you all in America? You understand me? So the Most High tell you want this thing, eh? You can't just go do what you want to do. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Can you do what you want to do with your wife? Can the wife do what she wants to do with the husband? So you think, oh, God will accept it. Oh, you know that. Right? Read on.
And let them eat it at the time of the evening until the third part of the night.
So we're eating it in the night before 12. Right? Read on.
And whatever is left over of all its flesh from the third part of the night and onwards, let them burn it with fire.
So when we eat the lamb, the bones and stuff were left. Because nobody don't come here think you're going to have no lamb chop, you're going to be sucking a lamb bone. You're going to debone the lamb. It's going to be roast whole and then debone it. And then whatever left, the bones and stuff, we're going to burn it. We put it back in the charcoal and burn it out. That's like a sweet savor to the Most High. When the angel rose up in Egypt and he smelled that, he stay away from there, man. That's what when put the angels out from your house, man. And they're going to show you your life. Right? Read on.
And they shall not cook it with water.
So you can't be lamb stew. I know you in Ghana love stew, right?
That's right.
You have your lamb, you can't be lamb stew. Sorry, brothers. Sorry, sisters. You ain't gonna put no pepper in it and have a lamb stew with some rice and fried rice, and it ain't gonna be no lamb stew. Can? Right? Read on.
Nor shall they eat it raw.
So you have to roast properly. You can't be holding it, tearing it. You're going to cook properly, roast it properly. Right? Read on.
But roast it on the fire.
Roast it where?
On the fire.
Do you see the grill outside? So you see everything was prepared for it, right? Read on.
They shall eat it with delicates.
With delicates, meaning it's not no, you want to eat it, as the Bible tells you, with the waist girded standing. Because it was moved out. Right? Read on.
Its head with the inwards thereof, and its feet they shall roast with fire.
So the head, we're not going to eat the lamb head. We're not going to take the feet, make no stew or no soup. And the guts, the tribes, we're going to burn it with fire. Right? But before we burn the tribe, we're going to need somebody to clean it. So we'll take volunteer to clean the tribe, the lamb tribe. Because we cannot burn it with the doo-doo in there. So we need somebody to clean the doo-doo, wash it, and then we can get it dried and burned. You have any suggestion, Captain? Who to do it, or are you going to just pick somebody?
Yeah.
You will just pick somebody. All right, we'll just pick somebody. See who can do that job cleaning lamb intestine. We can bury it too, but we choose not to. Can?
Can.
Okay. We'll get somebody clean it and burn it. Can?
Done.
All right, read answer.
And not break any bone thereof.
So you see, if you roast it and the bone break, that's different. But you're not going to chop it up or bite it, break the bone. That's not going on. Right, Gadar? Yesterday you was pointing finger. I hear you. You see? Right? Read on.
For the children of Israel, no bone shall be crushed.
So you see, so it's a representative for us. In Egypt, none of our bone was going to crush in Egypt, but YAHAWAH fulfilled that prophecy. When he go on the cross, no bones of him was broken neither.
That's right.
Can?
Done.
Read on.
For this reason, the Lord commanded the children of Israel to observe the Passover on the day of his fixed time.
Read on.
And they shall not break a bone thereof, for it is a festival day, and a
Read.
day commanded, and there may be no passing over from day to day and month to month. But on the day of his festival, let it be observed.
So just so you can go to church. The church will tell the day Passover is communion, and they do it anytime they want, right? When the Bible said that? He said you have to do that specific season. It cannot be when you feel like. Right? Read on.
And do thou command the children of Israel to observe the Passover throughout their days, every year, once a year on the day of his fixed time. And it will come for a memorial, well pleasing before the Lord. And no plague will come upon them to slay or to smite in that year in which they celebrate the Passover
So
in
you
its
see,
season.
when you celebrate the Passover, no plague will come upon you, man. So where people don't know, by doing the Passover is a protection for you, man. Read that from the top of precept again, sir.
It says, And do thou command the children of Israel
Do command the children of Israel
to observe the Passover
to observe the Passover
throughout their days
to all our generation
every year,
once
a year on the day
a year on the day
of its fixed time.
of its fixed time, the 14. Read.
It will come for a memorial,
Read.
well pleasing before the Lord.
So you will please the Most High when you celebrate Passover. Read.
And no plague will
No
come.
what?
No plague.
So when you do the Passover, what?
No plague.
When you do the Passover, what?
No plague.
No COVID,
No plague.
no malaria,
No plague.
typhoid,
No plague.
AIDS,
No plague.
cancer.
No plague.
So people wonder why the Israelites be surviving in the Israelite community. Which one of you wearing mask come up beside me? We don't deal with that, man. Because when you under the wings of the Almighty, tell her that in Psalms 91, man. The Most High protect you under his wings, man. So when you do the Passover, no plague come upon you in a year. You get protected for a year. Right? Read on.
No plague will come upon them to slay or to smite in the year in which they celebrate the Passover.
So you see that? So what you do Tuesday is a protection for until next year. What if you say, okay, I want to left the truth now? The Bible says 7 more demons behind you now. They're hunting you now. You become the prey. Read on.
In his season, in every respect, according to him at his command. And they shall not eat it outside the sanctuary of the Lord.
So you can say we here. This was talking about Jerusalem. Right? But now, we have the sanctuary here. You can say, okay, I'm going to keep it at my house. You can't do that. You have to be a holy convocation. Can? Read on.
But before the sanctuary of the Lord, and all the people of the congregation of Israel shall celebrate it in its appointed season. And every man who have come upon it, they shall eat it in the sanctuary of your God before the Lord from 20 years old and upwards.
So that was then. The main principle who was have to keep it then was 20 years old and up. Because a man could not get married under 20. A woman could get married at 12, 13, but the man would have to be 20. Because the age of 20 is when you could join the military. Okay, you have to be able to protect your family. Can? So that's why you have the woman always have older men in the Bible. And that's why even women today, they gravitate to what? Older men. How much women in the world today want a younger man? Not much. Right? The woman them want what? Sugar daddy?
Yeah.
That's what they call him.
Sugar nuggets.
Okay, thank you. Right? So Tobias is up for grab, Aaron.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to auction him at the Passover, the highest bidder, take him home.
God.
Brothers do that, right? That's the brother's auction his wife, right? We auctioning sugar daddy. Right? Okay, read on.
For thus is it written and ordained that they should eat it in the sanctuary of the Lord.
Read.
And when the children of Israel come into the land which they are to possess, into the land of Canaan, and set up the tabernacle of the Lord in the midst of the land, and in one of their tribes until the sanctuary of the Lord have been built in
So
the
you
land.
see that before the sanctuary built, there was a place in each tribe where each tribe must keep it, because Jerusalem could host everybody in Israel. So each tribe have a sanctuary, so they keep it in each tribe until they go back to Zion. Because Zion is the ultimate place the Most High wants us to keep it. Right? Read on.
Let them come and celebrate the Passover in the midst of the tabernacle of the Lord, and let them slay it before the Lord from year to year.
So we're going to turn to the east when we're killing our lamb. For brothers who with me, we normally do it in Israel. So we normally kill the lamb in front of the tabernacle of David. But no, we can't make it there, so we're going to turn to the east of Jerusalem and slay the lamb. East is that way, right?
Yes, sir.
So we turn there and we kill the lamb, right? Can? Read on.
And in the days when the house have been built in the name of the Lord and in the land of their inheritance, they shall go there and slay the Passover in the evening.
So you hear what the Most High said, we shall go and slay. Right? Read on.
At sunset, at the third part of the day, and they will offer its blood on the threshold of the altar, and shall place its fat on the fire, which is upon the altar. And they shall eat its flesh roasted with fire in the court of the house, which have been sanctified in the name of the Lord.
That's it.
A little bit more. And they may not celebrate the Passover in their cities.
So you see, when Jerusalem is there, We cannot just say, oh, I'm Ghanaian, we celebrate it here. It's not supposed to be like that. Because we make a lot of excuse. Keeping with God's laws. But I understand some of you are not going to continue in God's laws. I understand that too. A lot of you going to fall along the way. But as I always say, the mission continues. That's something that's been done. I do it. I go to Jerusalem and keep God Passover. It's been done. More than once. Can? Read on.
Nor in any place, save before the tabernacle of the Lord, or before his house where his name have dwelt. And they will not go astray from the Lord. And do thou, Moses, command the children of Israel to observe the ordinances of the Passover, as it was commanded unto thee. Declare thou unto them every year, and the day of its day, and the festival of unleavened bread, that they should eat unleavened bread 7 days.
How long we shall eat unleavened bread?
7 days.
So even we're not at the church, you must make unleavened bread home and break it and heat it. I'll show you how to do it this evening, the correct way. Understand? I was talking to Captain yesterday, that's why I said, Moses, I said, don't lean on your own understanding. Because what you do, you want to make it nice, right? Eatable. But Moses don't want us to have it like that. That's why the bitter herbs come in. The pain and the bondage that we went through in Egypt. But now the bitter herbs represent the pain that YAHAWAH went through. But remember, Christ take on our sin, man. Christ become a sinner for us. He take on our iniquity. The stripe that he get is what we were supposed to get. So always remember that. So when you eat the bitter herbs, the unleavened bread, you understand me? The unleavened bread represent the bondage of what was going through. So it was no smoothness. It was nice. The bitter herbs represent the pain, man. Right? Read on.
And that they should observe its festival, and that they should bring an oblation every day during those 7 days.
So you see, even the 7 days, you must bring an offering too. You see that? The most I see a bread 7 days, bring an offering too for the 7 days. Right? Read on. That's it?
A little bit more, sir. And it says, on those 7 days of joy before the Lord, and on the altar of your God. For ye celebrated this festival with haste, when ye went forth from Egypt, till you entered into the wilderness of Sinai, for on the shores of the sea ye completed it.
Okay, so we complete meaning the 7 days, it was a journey. So we completed it on what? The Red Sea. Because we go through the Red Sea, so we finish it in Jordan. And because it was a 7-day journey. So we started in Egypt, we finished it in Jordan. Can? Explain, Captain.
In Shanka and Akupandinga, Senayan Elder Lekano, yes, a Jubilee and a yakin kind elwoman. A can't a Passover no was a Kuma fashion. A human say a year Busumia Edikain, I Abi. Leda Tosu Dunum, Dunine, and a year on Yakupun Kuma fashion. A year Kuma fashion, a Bible chair, and Yama Hudua, I say ye to me, ye fee, and in your ma, I say, and now Obu Bossono. It be, and I say, Bible say, Abona, ye the year Kuma fashion, Kumigano. Bible say, Yam mop the dome pim, and I say, Yan Tafruni dome pim. A corner faso, ya born, and I say, yet to two born, yan fat in so and Yan born, and I say, yan chip. Yet to two born, yet 2 years. Now, ye dino a shiso. But John Daseo, and I feel so, or can't a year unleavened bread. No, I'll say, ye bedding and dance on, and ye beddy a year pan on. Now, ye di a pan on, ye bibiara sabi a cow, say more cabby, be a cow on, a bay fee. Now ye di a year. A pity that pondano, ye didn't dance on. The dance on be a dura, not just say, ye fee a year a fashion for us, in Shankara didn't die. The Nako Pondas.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So we soon finish. I see some of you can see getting to you now. You can? You normally feel the fast at 1 o'clock in the day. Can? All right, let's go through a couple more scriptures. No sleeping in the class, please. Captain, am I boring?
No, sir.
Brother Aaron, am I boring?
No, sir.
So don't sleep when I'm teaching. Can Sister Naima? People who watch my videos, they will tell you. They used to watch me on YouTube, I used to tell people, get up and go. People see me and I was renowned for that. You understand me? Like, when I went back towards the David last week, brother said, Matatu, when you come back, you didn't tell nobody. A sister came to me and said, you know, when I was here and you used to teach, we used to look at the schedule, and when we see you, we don't show up, right? I said, wow. So I said, I have to tell Ash to put me back on the schedule. I thought that was nice. You understand me? So I just have to go over there and teach a couple classes and come back. Can? So we're going to go into Apocrypha now. How much of you have your Apocrypha? Because the Apocrypha is part of the Bible, so we're going to start the quotation from it. But brothers who don't have the Jubilee and the Apocrypha, we'll get it for you. Can? But you have to give a contribution for it. Because when I buy a book and give out, I have to pay cash. I'm getting broke now. I'm getting broke now. Can? And see, we have our Torah. So it's the captain's job to read it. I was in Babylon last week and I told Naim I was learning from Banyamin. What was he reading? He was reading the Torah. So when I go inspire, because this was in my car, I always keep it in my car. So I say, if they're doing it, we must do it too. We have to catch up. So it's my duty to teach you how to read this. It's not hard, it's easy, it's our language. You know Fante, right?
Yes, sir.
You know Tree, right?
Yes, sir.
Whose language is that? Who?
Yes.
Whose language is it?
The other nations.
The other who?
The nations.
So what's our language?
Hebrew.
So we're going to learn. I know y'all want to hold on to this tradition, but the scripture tells us that in Mark 7:7, that those men tradition, we're not going to keep it. And if anyone of you desire to keep it, just leave. When person leave, the Most High send more. But we're going to learn what our foreparents learned. We're going to read what our foreparents read. I'm speaking English now. That's not my language. And it's not English neither. Because the British will tell you it's not English, right? Do you know England say America don't speak English, right?
That's right.
If America ever come out and say they speak English, the one in British offended.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big thing. You understand me? The British say America don't speak English. And America will tell you English is the #1 language. The British will say, bloody hell. What? You understand me? So this language I have, it's not, I don't know, I'm trying to speak it. That's why most I say we're going to use what? Stammering lips. We're going to never get it correct. But our language, the Abanawa, the Shubashamayam, the Kwadash, the Ayah, the Shamka, the YAHAWAH, the Malakwatka, those beautiful language. Just imagine a bunch of black people talking like that and the nations looking and us speaking it. So we're going to set up a Hebrew class here. Cartazala is on the plane now as we speak. So we're going to push a Hebrew class in our schedule for every Saturday, where y'all get the basic. So if you want to continue with the tree, the Fante, it's up to you. But we're going to learn the language what God speaks. When YAHAWAH went to Paul, what language did YAHAWAH speak to Paul? Hebrew. He said YAHAWAH talked to Paul in the Hebrew language. Paul could speak Egyptian. Paul could speak Greek. Paul could speak the Syrian language. Why the Most High never compromised? Because the people with Paul never know what Paul was saying. Because they never hear the angel. Because the angel speak to him in Hebrew. They couldn't understand it. So Paul have to tell them what the angel said. So just like we're learning about our Passover now, did you know this before? Did you know to keep it before? So the Most High sent somebody here to teach you how to do it. And all you're going to do it is word for word, Bible for Bible. Because who tell her that the Passover done away with? When Christ and the disciples keep the Passover. Even after Christ died, the disciples, Paul give offering. When I read Acts the 21st chapter, man, Peter tell him, go offer your dove. We should still be giving offering today. Right? And we're going to do it. Not sacrifice. Sacrifice is for sin. But give the Most High offering. You get the animal and you're burning it out to the Most High. That's offering. It's not abandoned. Right? Read where you're from here.
The book of 1 Esdras.
Read a little bit louder, sir.
The book of 1 Esdras, chapter 1, verse 1. And Josiah held the feast of the Passover in Jerusalem unto his Lord.
Unto who?
Unto his Lord.
So you see that. It's God's Passover. It's not mine. So some of you might disencourage and say, I'm not coming there. Look here and reading. You have that African wrap around his head. I'm not coming. You understand me? Just tell officer to give you a mashara yeshal wrap and we come to the Passover. Simple. So it's God's Passover. Read on.
And offered the Passover the 14th day of the first month.
So same thing what the book of Jubilee said. It's a set day. Right? Read on.
Having set the priests according to their daily custom, daily courses, being arrayed in their long garments in the temple of the Lord.
So you see that when you take the Passover, you must in a garment, man. So make sure all brothers have their garments and sisters have your garments. You don't want to come here and be doing push-up on the night of the Passover. Definitely not. Right? So everybody in the long garments, right? Read on.
And he spake unto the Levites, the holy ministers of Israel, that they should hallow themselves unto the Lord, to set the holy ark of the Lord as in the house that King Solomon, the son of David, had built.
When he tell him to be hallowed, meaning purge himself, man. Fast, pray, go on that spiritual awareness. Right? Read on.
And he said, ye shall no more bear the ark upon your shoulders. Now therefore serve the Lord your God, and minister unto his people Israel, and prepare you after your families and kindreds.
Read.
According as David, the king of Israel, prescribed, and according to the magnificence of Solomon his son, and standing in the temple according to several dignities of the families of the Levites, who ministered in the presence of your brethren, the children of Israel.
Read on.
Offered the Passover in order, and make ready the sacrifices for your brethren, and keep the Passover according to the commandment of the Lord, which was given unto Moses. And unto the people that was found, that was Josiah, gave 30,000 lambs and kids.
So stop there. We buy 2 lambs yesterday. And the officer almost have an heart attack. Just imagine, you offer 30,000 lambs. Because just say a Passover was the biggest in Israel history. So at this Passover, it was 30,000 lambs. And the kid was the sacrifice, was the offerings. Right? Read on.
And 3,000 calves.
And 3,000 what?
3,000 calves.
That was the offering. 3,000 cows. Read.
These things were given of the king's allowance.
So the king gave that himself. That was from the king. That was his tithes, his offering, his contribution. Right? We charge you a donation to come to the Passover, right? Did we charge you much? Was not much compared to 30,000 lambs and 3,000 cows. One person gave that. So how many wealth did this king have that he could give 30,000 lambs? So you see, what is wealth? Not paper money. Substance. For the king to take 30,000 of his lamb to give for the Passover, how many lambs he have, huh? And who was taking care of these lambs? 30,000 lambs is a lot of lambs, huh?
That's right.
And then when he took 30,000 away, he still have more. And he gave 3,000 cows, he still have more cows. So wealthy was he. Right? Read on.
According as he promised to the people, to the priests, and to the Levites. And Hilkiah, Zacharias, and Silas, the governors of the temple, gave to the priests for the Passover 2,600 sheep and 3,000 calves. And Jeconiah and...
So this is the next man. He gave his match. He trying to match the king. So he was the officer of the temple. So he putting his tithes, his donation. Read on.
And Jeconiah and Samias and Nathaniel his brother and Asabias and Ochel and Horam, captains over thousands, gave to the Levites for the Passover 5,000 sheep and 700 calves too.
So you see that? So we gone over 10,000 lamb now. So I know the Levites must have been mad at. Because they have to kill all these lamb, skin them, roast them. I know they must be mad as hell. So over 10,000 lamb already. Right? Read on.
And when these things were done, the priests and the Levites, having the unleavened bread, stood in a very comely order according to the kindreds.
So they finish it and they make unleavened bread. Read on.
And according to several dignities of their fathers before the people, to offer to the Lord, as it is written in the book of Moses.
Mm-hmm.
And thus did they in the morning, and they roasted the Passover with fire, and what is it? As appertaineth. As for the sacrifices, they sod them in brass pots and pans with a good Savior,
Read.
and set them before all the people. And afterward they prepared them for themselves and for the priests, their brethren, the sons of Aaron. For
So the priests deal with the Levi tribe first before they deal with everybody else. Read on.
For the priests offered the fat until night.
So you see that they were doing offerings from morning until night, man. You killing 30,000 lamb, that ain't no joke, man. Right? Read on.
And the Levites prepared for themselves, and the priests for their brethren, the sons of Aaron. The holy singers also, the sons of Asaph, were in their order, according to the appointment of David, to wit, Asaph, Zacharias, and Jeduthun, who was the king's retune.
So they were the king musician. Like, you know, a president swearing, you have somebody there singing for him the national anthem. These were the ones who were singing the national anthem back then in Israel. Right? Read on.
Moreover, the potters were at every gate. It was not too lawful for any to go from his ordinance services, for their brethren, the Levites, prepared for them. Thus were the things that would belong to the sacrifices of the Lord accomplished in that day, that they might hold the Passover, and offered sacrifices upon the altar of the Lord, according to the commandment of King Hosea. So the children of Israel, which were present, held the Passover at that time, and the feast of the sweet bread 7 days. And such a Passover was not kept in Israel since the time of the prophet Samuel.
So you see that this was the biggest Passover in the history of Israel. So if you want to see what Israel is about, this is what it's about. Huh? Read on.
Yea, all the kings of Israel held not such a Passover as Hosea and the priests.
So Hosea even outdone Solomon. Man. So now the problem is, what we gonna do? What is our contribution towards God Passover? It's a good question, right?
That's right.
Josiah did this for the Most High. What you do for the God Passover? Or what can you do? If you can't do it, it's one thing, but if you can do it and don't do it, it's a different thing. Come? Read on.
And yea, all the kings of Israel held not such a Passover as Hosea, and the priests, and the Levites, and the Jews held with all Israel were found dwelling at Jerusalem. Verse 22, in the 18th year of the reign of Hosea was the Passover kept. And the works of Hosea were upright before the Lord, with an heart full of godliness. As for these things,
by his work that he do, man, he was upright, man. Because what? He gave back to the Most High, man. So that's why yesterday I was telling brothers that you cannot negotiate the price for the Passover. I know you all would negotiate, right? There's no way you all would pay that price, right? You'd pay it. You understand me? So for Josiah work, the Most High find that as what? Uplifting. Good. Right? Get me Psalms 91 now. Go in the Bible. She don't have a Bible? Officer, give her your Bible. Yeah, give it to her. Give it to her.
I don't can't piano English. I don't can't piano English.
Speak English? Don't Don't be scared. I'm not that scary, right? I'm nice. I'm nice, right, Captain?
That's right.
I'm nice. I'm not that scary. So we're going to go to Psalms, the 91st chapter, and verse 1. You okay, Nakam? What happened? Huh? What is that? What you say? Just hold on, you soon get it. We have about 5 more hours. God is good, we could have 12. Okay? So just come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uno, dos, tres. Cuatro, cinco. I might say it wrong in Spanish, but just hold on. Can? All right. Who else wants some water? Put your hand on me. That's weakness. What's wrong with you? Read on, Aaron.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret places of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
So this is where we have to be, man, to get protection, man. We have to be in the secret place of the Most High, man. And that's why I know we are afflicting our soul, man. Because we want to be abide under the wings of the Almighty. We want the Most High to protect our children, protect the sick among us, man. Protect their families. Protect the trials, the tribulation, what Satan bringing. The world is against us. Satan don't like us, the white man don't like us, your mother don't like you, your father don't like you, your brother, sister, your wife don't like you. So we need to be under this banner, man. Read it again here.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
So that's where we have to abide, man. That's where we have to build our house. We have to make the Most High and Christ be our fence. Because it's only going to get worse. And some of your faith been tried now. Just overcome it. As me and Barak was talking earlier, Barak said, the Bible said, woe, offense must come. But woe unto the man that offense is taken away. Because some of you are going to get offended and you're going to destroy your spirit, man. But remember, YAHAWAH offended Peter, can? More than once, man. That's right. But just imagine you talking to me and I say, get thee behind me, Satan. That's how YAHAWAH talked to Peter, man. Get thee behind me, Satan, man. When they come to take YAHAWAH tonight, Peter cut the man's ears off and YAHAWAH put it back on, heal it back. How do you feel like? They come to kill me and you chop the man in half and I take it, put it back on and rebuke you. He that live by the sword must die by the sword. You understand me? At least don't do that right in front of everybody. But was Peter offended? Was Peter the one? Did YAHAWAH love Peter? He never loved Peter more than anybody else. He loved John. But Peter still brushed his shoulder off and continued his work. So just us, when offense come, take it, man. Scripture tell you when you come to praise the Most High, prepare yourself for what? But some of you come here, like I was talking to somebody yesterday. They said, when I come in the truth, I said, yes, I have it easy now. They think they were walking into heaven. They were. I know you was Adventist, so you read about Ellen G. White. Ellen G. White say walk into heaven. I remember me and Shamia was there. We was at the hospital in Jamaica. And a Jehovah's Witness man came to us and tell us about Sister G. White. Show us some book she walk into heaven. Shamia asked her and said, listen, so all the walk you walk into heaven, you never tired. You understand me? So when you come in the truth, to identify what the truth is and what reality is a whole different story, brothers and sisters. If YAHAWAH was on the cross, crying out for YAHAWAH, Haba, Haba, why have thou forsaken me? Because the Most High could not deal with him because he was in sin. He took our sin on. So the Most High is a good son. Like, listen, man, you get a mission to do. The Most High don't show compassion. I send you for a mission, finish it. When I finish, you come and we might have a conversation. We might. It might not be happening, but we might. But Yahushua did finish the job, and him and Yahweh did have that conversation. Where the Most High put him on his right hand to be kings of kings, Lord of lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. So what salvation is and what the world teaches, two different stories. Because to be an empire, to be a kingdom, we have to go through temptation. But when those temptation and offense come, how strong will we be? How strong? The problem is, your strength is within you. Your faith is within you. I prove my faith. I prove my faith. Prove my strength too. Because you have to prove the Most High. The scripture said, David said, I'm your handmaid. So this is how you have to prove him. So what proof do you have? As a Kahan would normally said, what's a credential? I remember when I met Captain was telling me about some elder. I said, who? I was like, oh yeah, listen, I'm around from the 90s. If there's an elder in Israel, my thought what I'm doing.
That's right.
We'd have a conversation, whether it's be good or it's be bad. So you in this truth, what's your credential? What fight you have? Because this is serious. I don't want nobody weak around me. Because when you weak, you make me weak. Scripture says like 11 the old lamp. So when you strong, I'll make you strong. If you strong, I'll be stronger. If you weak, you'll put fear in me, I'll be weak too. Because then I would have to compromise your feelings and your mind and your thought. So you have to be strong. And some of you have to take criticism and take it with a smile. Take criticism, take it, prove me wrong. Because I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not your friend. We the brothers, sisters. We the elders, servants, but we're not friends. Judas was a friend. Get that. Matthew 26:50. So I'm not here to be your friend. We're here to be this what? The strongest we can be. Come? Don't you want to be strong? Or you want to rule the earth being weak? Is the white man weak? The white man is not weak. So you have to be stronger than him to rule this earth. Is your God a coward? Is Yahawah a coward? The Bible says Yahawah is a man of war. Those are the temperament you have to have. Like the Bible, Paul tell you, take off this manly management. And Captain, who have it? Make Aaron really. Captain, get me 2nd Ezra 14:14, I think. Yeah, Matthew 26:50.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 50. And Jesus said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come?
So you see that Judas was a friend. So I'm going to prepare you stronger that you don't have to betray me. Make me be stronger that I don't have to betray you. We have to call you a friend. You have brothers and you have friends. Identify yourself. Who are you? So we ain't going to be friends. Okay, if you do something, you're going to be corrected. Can? And it's one way of rulership. We're going to have mercy. Scripture tells us by mercy and truth, iniquity is purged. You will get that. But I'm not Yahushua. I can't give you salvation. So don't mess up too much time. Don't waste nobody time here. You all have a job to do. Sisters, you have a job to do. Brothers, you have a job to do. Everybody know your purpose. Find out your strong point. I know we the brothers, we discussed this already. But we have new brothers here now. We have more sisters here. Tell me your strong points where we can discuss it and see how we can assist you in that department. And we have brothers here, they're going ready for the camp after the Passover, right?
That's right.
Both of you going ready for the camp after Passover, right? So we have to know what they're capable of doing. Because remember, Passover, we said we was going to split the camp and give it to officer. Give him his own camp.
That's right.
That's still a deal, officer.
Also, Adam no kasa. I say Passover ni twoma. Sa boshe na o share no be kuram. O be check camp ni me bi nti we no Passover na ekoso no. yɛhwɛ brothers na ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔ asɛnka no ɔmo deɛ ɔmo bɛtumi ayɛ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ ɔmo bɛtumi atete ɔmo yɛkyɛ camp no mu ebie na yɛde bi ama ɔmo na ebi so aba elder nkyɛn.
You're still up for the agreement, right? And as I said, on Saturday we go to 2 different campsites. 3 Saturdays we do that, the 4th one we unite the camp. But 3 Saturdays we go to different campsites, we go win souls. We have a job to do. And I remember I tell each and every one of you, invite a visitor.
That's right.
Officer is the only one doing it. What, y'all don't know nobody? Y'all need to invite somebody. Bring your mother, bring your grandmother. Bring your great-grandmother. Huh? Read after Captain.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts.
So you see that? The Bible said, let go of your mortal thought. Mortal thought is weakness, emotions. You have to let that go. Are you following portion? Okay. Read on.
Cast away the burdens of man.
Cast away what?
The burdens of man.
The cares of this world, man. How people feel about you. Because you notice in life, everybody know what's right for you. And they don't trust you to know what's right for you. So you have to cast all those stuff away from you, man. Read on.
Put off the weak nature.
Put off what?
The weak nature.
So that's what we have to get rid of. That weak nature. Can?
Can.
Get me 94:12. Psalms 94:12.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 12. Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest.
Blessed what?
Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest.
So blessed is the man who the Most High what?
Chasteneth.
Who the Most High chastisement. So when a man get punished from the Most High, man, he's a blessed man. Because what? You should be refined and come back stronger, man. Right? You have more to it?
Yes, sir. O Lord, and teaches him out of thy law.
And teaches him what?
Out of thy law.
Read.
That thou mayest give him rest from
So you see that? So for you to get rest, to get salvation, you have to get the last whipping, man. Who you think you is? When you go against your parents punish you. So you're going to go against God and you're going to just get a right to the kingdom of heaven? This is not fairy tale. Can?
Done.
Read on.
That thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity.
Get me Job 5:17.
The book of Job, chapter 5, verse 17. Behold, happy is the man whom God corrected.
So when God corrects you from a wicked lifestyle, man, you should be happy, man. Happy is the man who God corrected. We all here get corrected some time of our life, right?
That's right.
And when you can see you're wrong and you can admit you're wrong and you can repent from it, that's a beautiful thing, man. Listen, man, for the Most High to give us this knowledge, brothers. You know what this knowledge is? You have something what the world out there don't understand, man. You have something where like none come here, you'll be confounded. The Pope, the sodomite down there in the Vatican, he come here, he'll be confounded. Because we the one Christ dealing with. They scared of us. We ain't scared of none of them. We enjoy that good challenge. Come and prove us wrong. We the only one be opening for that. Get me Captain. Luke 21:17. $15.
This is the book of Luke.
Let everybody have it. Read on.
This is the book of Luke 21, verse 15. For I will give you a mouth.
So the Most High saying, "Go and give us a mouth." We all have a mouth, right? We all have a mouth to speak. Can?
Can.
Real?
And wisdom.
And what else he might give it to you?
And wisdom.
So everybody have a mouth, but not everybody have a wisdom. So the Most High say, I'll give you a mouth and give you wisdom. Real?
Which all your adversaries shall not be able to
Gainsay.
gainsay or resist.
So you see, adversaries is your enemy, man. Most High say, I'll give you a mouth and I'll give you wisdom, man. That none of your adversaries can say what you're saying is foolishness or resist you. They say something we don't understand. They shut us down. They condemn us. None of them can say that. Because the Most High will give us that mouth to keep being who we are this thing. For anybody, to meet an Hebrew Israelite is the worst nightmare, man. You run up into a Hebrew Israelite like you run up into a rock. Some people start to have a conversation, and as soon as they start opening their mouth, they're ready to leave. They were like, why did I ask him that?
That's right.
Hey, you might get precept and come out like a Gatling gun.
That's right.
Somebody run into an Israelite, like as I said, when I'm walking, and I see the Moran, the Mormon, sorry. When I see the Mormons, I say, please, YAHAWAH, don't let them, just let them leave me alone. Because if they stop me, I hope not pan a worm. Can?
Can.
So with that, I say Shabbat Shalom. Benjamin, any questions? See y'all face being pale, eh? Enjoy the fasting. Stop it, Benjamin.